Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering MSI 2024. For this occasion, I have here with me Razork, the jungler for Fnatic, once again for another interview so far this year, but first in MSI. So, Razork, thank you so much for taking the time once again and giving me the time for this quick conversation. Yeah, as one of the teams making the bracket stage from playing stage, I mean, how are you taking in this short break before the start of the second phase?
Well, I don't think we have too much time. It's like 1 or 2 days. We will probably have like 1 day for scrims. So there is not much time to like prepare anything special. I think you just need to go with the flow. And in our case, we just need to go with the momentum and try to do the best that we can against Genji.
I know you sort of already touched upon just sort of your experience in planes and just uh, progressing from that to here, but going back on that, just of a general sense, what do you think was the biggest pros and cons that you've seen out of this team from the matches that you've played so far in this event?
The main what? Sorry.
Pros and cons, like good things and bad things. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think the pros are probably that we got to play more games than anyone probably because we went to the loser and then we won. So I same as PSG, I guess. So we got the stage practice. People are getting used to it, and we kind of feel very comfortable there. And the cons, I don't know. Probably we showed a lot what we are drafting for, so people can scout us better. I would say.
How more so now looking over to the performance of the team, how'd you kind of look at that aspect, being consistent and also just trying to overcome some obstacles along the way, such as of course that Gam series yesterday, I believe, and you looking at the form of the team, are you kind of satisfied with how the team has been playing? Not as satisfied? Where do you kind of see yourself in that department?
I think that we are a team right now that whenever we play good, we have a really high ceiling, and whenever we are like probably not facing a strong opponent, we tend to relax a bit more and not play that good. So I mean, it's not like I'm satisfied with our performance. I think we can do much better, but obviously, going to the bracket group is always nice. So yeah, I'm not too sad about it, or I'm not. Yeah, not too keen about it. I think we should be all happy that we made it to the group stage, and now we can see how we can do against the best teams.
Going back a little bit on to you talking about, how there's a little bit of time to prepare yourselves for this bracket stage. What do you think has been the biggest aspect, most important thing that you guys have been focusing on with what little time you have at your disposal?
I think we are making sure that we are all connected in the game and that we are not too unsynchronized. I feel like the only game that was really rough against Gam was because we were not playing too synchronized, and yeah, the enemy team did a pretty good play. So I think that's probably the main thing we're focusing on right now.
Yeah, and of course, and now I just wanted to now cover more so just the fact of just returning to international stage, last appearing in Worlds 2023, not making it to the playoffs in that event. What do you think was the biggest takeaways, like lessons that you kind of learned from that experience and now that you've now been putting into use, through LEC, Winter Split, Spring Split, and now, MSI?
Well, I feel like since Worlds, we only changed one player that is support role, and I feel like we addition of June since Winter Split, we had in mind that we were not gonna have our strongest point in Winter. We are coming in with a bot lane that they are not like very good at English. In June, barely speak English, but like right now, we are in a moment that he really feels part of the team. He speaks English very good right now. So I think this can only get better and better.
Yeah, as you said, Jun and his progression within the team, as a new member, how much have you been impressed by his performance, now recently in this MSI, I believe he's been putting up one of the highest KDAs in the play-in stage so far, so how impressed have you been by his progression?
I am personally not impressed because
Mhm.
I knew what he was capable of since I saw him play in the first game in December that we played together. I knew he's very good. What I was surprised of or impressed of is because I feel like he joined the team so fast and so quickly.
Mhm.
I felt like as a Korean and like with the different culture, Noah was kind of a special case to me. But I feel like June right now is so into the team that it feels so nice. He also understands most of the time what we are saying on like in game, outside of the game. So it feels good, and I really like him how he is as a player and as a person. So I would say we are like going doing together pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, of course, and now pivoting back towards MSI and your next opponents Gen G. It's a very tough team, a very good team that has been continuing their momentum from their LCK win in their spring split. Just more so, just talking about your thoughts on just them as an opponent, and also on top of that, facing off against Canyon. A very well regarded jungler in his own right. Both respected in both the domestic and international front. What are your thoughts on those two fronts?
I mean, I think for sure Genji is like really a strong team. If not the favorite to win the tournament, one of them. And yeah, I'm looking forward to play against them. I'm honestly not afraid. I feel like I am never afraid to face any team. And yeah, I'm very hyped about playing against Canyon. I feel like he's probably the best, if not one of the best, two junglers in the world. And I never played against him in official game. I only played a few games against him in scrims, and I was very impressed by how he played.
I'm sure you're finally gonna get that chance in making that happen. And yeah, I want to touch upon a quote that you said earlier on in the year when it comes to just expectations, anticipation for MSI. You said Europe has some hope at MSI, but not much right now. So from then on until now, how much hope does EU have for their LEC representatives to go on a deep run, now compared to the time in which you said that quote, which was approximately 2 months ago.
Yeah, I think we are taking everything step by step. I think back then we were not qualified for MSI, and we were like with a different goal in mind that it was just win LEC and then go to MSI, right? We didn't achieve the win in LEC. We were close, and now we are here in MSI. So yeah, the goal is different, and I don't think like our expectations as Fnatic right now is like to win MSI, because it will be like, yeah, like not something delusional or say or anything, but it's just something that as a team we want to get step by step. And I think like right now everyone's team from this week was to go to group stage. Now we are in group stage, and now we should be with the focus on playing against the best teams in the world and see how far we are from them. And whenever we play them, then maybe we can have that hopium and maybe think, okay, we can win MSI or not. But I think the first step right now is to see how we do against Genji. Yeah.
Yeah, you sort of already touched upon the answer or the question that I'm going to ask you right now, but I'm going to feel the need to ask anyway. Expectations for this the team's performance overall in bracket stage. Outside of just taking on Genji, where do you think this team can go, or how far do you think this team can go?
I personally feel like Fnatic team is something that it should be scary to face, because we can do so good, but we can also be like not that good, right? So
Mhm.
like you never know which version of Fnatic you're gonna face. So if I would be Genji, I wouldn't be like too comfortable thinking that we are gonna be free win because we might surprise them.
And hopefully we get to see the good side of Fnatic, against Genji and then everything else after that. Razork, thank you so much for taking the time once again for making this happen during this conversation. I really appreciate it, and best of luck goes to you and the team.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
All right, bye bye.